Madam Chair. It's been a while since the Los Osos wastewater treatment plant has been before this board. It is today for a celebration, and I'm really pleased to be able to read this resolution recognizing the Los Osos Water Recycling Facility as the 2023 Small Plant of the Year, awarded by the California Water Environment Association. Resolution reads as follows. Whereas the County of San Luis Obispo built the Los Osos Water Recycling Facility with a capacity of 1.2 million gallons per day and has operated the system since 2016 to collect, treat, dispose, and recycle wastewater for residents and businesses in Los Osos. And whereas the Los Osos Water Recycling Facility supports the sustainability of the Los Osos groundwater basin through the beneficial recharge and recycled water systems used to mitigate nitrate and seawater intrusion issues. And whereas the County Department of Public Works staff are involved in the operations, maintenance, engineering, monitoring, compliance, administration, finance, safety, environmental stewardship, and management of the Los Osos Water Recycling Facility. And whereas Public Works professionals, including state certified operators, are highly trained and skilled and provide wastewater services with integrity through effective teamwork and communication. And whereas the California Water Environment Association, founded in 1928, is a not-for-profit technical and educational organization that trains, empowers, awards, and advocates for wastewater professionals and agencies. And whereas on April 11th, 2024, the Los Osos Water Recycling Facility won the statewide award in the small category, that's less than 5 million gallons per day, for CWEA Plant of the Year, which recognizes accomplishments in compliance, innovative practices, cost effectiveness, and superior plant performance. Now therefore be it resolved and ordered that the Board of Supervisors of the County of San Luis Obispo, State of California, does hereby recognize the Los Osos Water Recycling Facility as the 2023 CWEA Small Plant of the Year and extends its appreciation to the Public Works staff who manage the wastewater services for the Los Osos community. And ladies and gentlemen, if we could get...
Yeah, it's me again, John Diodati, Public Works. You're right, Chair Arnold, this is a special award, especially to me. I was a new county employee when I was asked to be part of the project development team for the Los Osos wastewater project, and I had no clue what I was getting myself into. But I learned what a controversial project was really, really fast. And there was just a lot of negativity around this project. It was going to ruin Los Osos, it was not affordable, people were going to have to move out of their homes, it was going to hurt the environment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Blogs were created, this was when blogs were a thing. Blogs were created telling us how horrible we were as people for wanting to build a wastewater treatment plant in Los Osos. So when an award of this magnitude is given to us, it really enforces that we did the right thing and the project team delivered on a really good project. But that's all the past. This award is about the present and the future, and it's going to the operational team that you just shook hands with and took a photo with. They're the real winners here today. They were given a brand new plant, and with their passion and hard work, they're running it at a level that's being recognized as the best in the state. And that's pretty amazing. And I'm proud to call all of you my co-worker, and thank you so much for your hard work out there in Los Osos, day in and day out. So I'd like to introduce Howard Bruin. He's the board member and vice president of California Water Environmental Association, who's going to present the award, and then we're going to play a very quick video.
Thank you, John. Good morning, board. My name's Howard Bruin, and I am actually a third-generation resident of San Luis Obispo, so I'm not coming from the outside. I serve on the board of directors for CWEA, and I'm also the vice president, current vice president. And CWEA is a association of almost 11,000 people, water and wastewater professionals. It is the largest state organization in the Americas. So when John was saying that this is a fairly prestigious award, it's coming from a big group. And really, CWEA is all about protecting our clean water. and we all know how important water is in the state of California. CWEA provides training, professional certifications, best practices for wastewater professionals. Our mission is to raise the profile of these outstanding professionals that you just met, and the important work they do every day. You know, these plants run 24/7, and a lot of times we just don't know all the work that goes behind the scenes. And these guys don't get a lot of credit. I say guys, people don't get a lot of credit, and they really deserve more. And I'm happy to be here today to do that. So I'm honored to present CWEA's Treatment Plan of the Year Award to the County of San Luis Obispo, Los Osos Water Recycling Facility, and this outstanding team that runs the facility. So CWEA Awards program is highly competitive. We received over 300 applications throughout the state, and that was for large, medium, and small, and obviously this was small. So this isn't like it was only competed with 2 or 3. This was a very, very prestigious award to win. And CWEA's vision is a sustainable water environment, and the Los Osos County facility is an industry leader and an excellent example of sustainable operations. So CWEA is proud to honor the Los Osos team and the County of San Luis Obispo for their excellence in regulatory compliance, innovative practices, cost effectiveness, and superior plant performance. Congrats to Team Los Osos. Thank you very much.
Okay, I don't have any requests to speak right now. Don't see anyone running towards the podium. Oh, the video. We're doing the video.
Where should he sign?
Slow in 2016, and we are standing here today on our 8th year almost. So here at Los Osos Water Recycling Facility, we receive 500,000 gallons a day of raw sewage that goes through an extended aeration process with UV disinfection to resupply the aquifer in Los Osos and supply recycled water to multiple sites. Behind me is the oxidation ditch that is about 1 million gallons in total volume, and what it's doing is removing all the nitrate that has been an issue in Los Osos and an issue for the water basin for a good many years. And the plant was put in place to offset those high nitrate numbers and put water back in the ground that is at a nitrate level that's acceptable for drinking water limits.
We have a limit that's lower than most wastewater treatment plants in the state. So having a lower limit means that we're able to reduce the nitrates and the nitrogen in the groundwater more rapidly. And that's goes to the quality of the staff that we have here operating this plant and the type of people that we have.
The primary means of disinfecting, we utilize ultraviolet light at a certain wavelength, and that wavelength sterilizes the pathogens that are present typically in wastewater. We have a series of ultraviolet lamps that provide UV transmittance to the effluent that passes by these lamps. And so at that specific wavelength, the pathogens are sterilized and can no longer reproduce. This plant is designed with the latest equipment and design processes that meet current treatment standards.
The lab does a lot of things. It doesn't just merely take samples and look at them. We actually prepare reports. We watch a lot of factors that we know if we do something here, we can actually watch the change move through the plant. And so over the years, we've gotten pretty good at watching for the smallest signs in order to help this plant run smoothly. We're constantly looking at compliance and making sure that everything's in compliance. There's a lot of moving parts here. We have done everything that was hoped for in this plant in reducing total nitrogen out in the field there. Been dropping over the last few years since this plant was built. So we're kind of meeting all of those goals out there, which is very, very exciting.
It's a real honor for those of us to be able to contribute to the community in this way, for those of us that grew up here and for those of us that reside here. It feels really good to contribute in that way, and it makes it even more rewarding. And it's a great showcase to the people in the community to know that we're here taking a good care of this facility, and we plan to for as many years as nature will let us.
You have that value that you are doing something great for the community.
We know we got a good thing going here. We've got a beautiful plant. We've got a really strong workforce with highly trained individuals.
We've got a lot of go-getter type operators out here. The fact that our operators kept the plant in very good condition after 8 years is a testimony to the way that we operate the plant.
Well, thank you for that. That was great. Again, I don't have any requests to speak, so I'm going to bring it back to the board for any comments. Supervisor Gibson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The arc of the story of the Los Osos sewer is a remarkable one, and Mr. Diodati referenced some controversy in its evolution. I remember some of that, actually, but what I want to do is speak to the crew that's here. It's a pleasure to have you in the chambers, ladies and gentlemen, because I know it definitely takes a village. You know, in Mr. Cates' resolution, there was a comment about the condition of the roads probably being the biggest thing on most of the residents of Los Osos minds as the sewer project wrapped up. I often thought about that. You all work in a place that's out of sight, and most of the infrastructure of the sewer is out of sight. And I dare say that most residents of Los Osos have more or less forgotten, and it's receded into the woodwork. But what you do day to day out of sight is the key to keeping our community moving and keeping our environment clean and setting Los Osos up for the future that we're going to be talking about in the coming months here. It's just an extraordinary, it's an extraordinary accomplishment, and I think it is richly rewarding to see you all recognized for all the work that you do. I thank you on behalf of the community of Los Osos. I look forward to a chance to get out there and tour the plant again. Who knew? This was not something I imagined when I was a small child, being so enamored of infrastructure, particularly wastewater treatment. But it's a remarkable place in a remarkable setting, and congratulations on this well-deserved award.
Yeah, I want to just say thank you to everybody that was involved in this, in the presentation that was provided. The fact that this is the future, to be able to demonstrate how we can take wastewater and do all the things that you're doing. You know, it's a remarkable project that many of us remember all the ink that was spent on the newspaper for years and years and years about the Los Osos controversial plant. And I see former Public Works Director Pablo Ogren, who was also instrumental in leading. And I think it's really fascinating that today we have something that was so controversial and so many people didn't believe the fact that those that are the professionals in the industry could actually make something like this happen. It's quite fitting, because today we have a lot of controversial things coming towards us. Then when the public doesn't really understand, perhaps, or doesn't, it's hard oftentimes for the public to recognize how much goes into something in some of the decisions that we have in front of us. But the fact is that we have incredible teams of people who really give and dedicate so much to make sure that our community is safe and resilient and doing the things for the future. So hats off to all of you.
And I just want to say thanks to the crew, too. This is, we all have kind of a Los Osos story, I think, right? And I was working for then Assemblyman Sam Blakesley, and Pavo and I used to have a lot of conversations about this when he came home after his first year of being elected up in Sacramento. He comes back to the district team and he says, I think we're going to write legislation bringing the Los Osos sewer situation, the need of a sewer, back to the county. And my colleagues were looking like, no, not us. I mean, that wasn't his necessarily his purview, but he said at the time, but it's in my district, and this is a problem that needs solving. So from the very beginning, and then like Don said, back then there were a lot of bumps in the road to try to come to the point, and here today we're celebrating, and thanks to you all, the good work that you're doing there, we're celebrating this particular plant. So long journey, huh, Pablo? Yeah, but thank you very much for everything you do. Yeah. All righty. Thank you all for being here. And